guys, Tower Glamour here, and today we are doing the live reaction to the new Tower God chapter. Um, let I need to see if the audio working well, like always. Gotta check that. But before that, I want to make some announcements. Well, I guess I should check if my audio is working well before I make any announcements. Goodness. Is that I think I changed the audio mix a little bit when I was doing the live react. I did the live reaction to the Tower of God anime. Um, but let me check. Yeah, cause I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird how it like changes, but like at the same time, I don't think it's that bad. Also, I think I'm using my is that I'm listening to the with the headphones. It's a little lower, so I don't really know. But I'm just gonna check a little bit. Uh, I'm just gonna keep it there. I'm just gonna keep it there, and if you guys think it's too low or something, you guys just tell me. Yeah, but I'm just gonna keep it there. Um, at that mix. But look, basically what I wanted to the announcement before we get into the video. Um, as some of you may know from my community post, the reaction that I did to the first episode was blocked. I did like a test run of it beforehand, and of the anime, it was blocked. I did a test run beforehand and it was fine, but then it got blocked. I tried to see if I could take out the things. I tried it again, like a test run, and it got blocked. So I'm like, well, it's blocked, so I can't really do anything. Um, I can't really do anything about it because I messed up in the editing part, mostly not the editing part, more the recording aspect of it. I've never done a reaction like that before. Um, so I was just out of my loop and all that kind of stuff. So of what to do and how to do it, and what I could show, what I couldn't show. I think next time, most likely, I'm going to fully, because it was mostly the audio. That's the thing, is that mostly the audio that got copyright strike. The image, I'm going to make sure the image is a little more less visible, at least in some of the scenes. And obviously, even with all that, I still gotta edit around it. Um, because like copyrights is brutal with that kind of stuff. Um, so I probably won't be able to redo the live reaction to the first one, unless it's like, because it's not going to really be a live reaction anymore. It's just going to be a reaction to something I've already seen, and I really kind of don't want to do that. Um, it just doesn't feel right to me, because it's going to be a little um, less genuine in my opinion. So I'm just going to probably I'm going to learn how to do these reactions better, and like what I need to cut out, what I need to do for me not to get copyright strike anymore, obviously, because I don't want that to happen. And I basically, um, yeah, I'll basically start from episode 2, which I think is fine for me, because the thing is that episode 1 was a lot of the stuff we saw from the trailers, and I already expected most of the things to happen. um, which was a really good episode, by the way. If you none of you saw, if some of you guys didn't see my reaction to it, it was really good, and I loved the episode a lot. But I I just yeah, I just didn't really plan it out that well. I was kind of excited and I wanted to do it. So next time I do it will be a lot better. Will at least be a lot better so it doesn't get taken down. Um, yeah. So yeah, basically that's gonna be the case for that. And the other announcement is that, oh yeah, I forgot for a second. My new video project will be out um tomorrow, which it should be like a shorter video, but not a 5-minute video. So I think it's a 10-minute video overall. It's not a suggestion from a subscriber. It's just merely a something that I thought about when I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, and I had like a little bit of an argument, kind of a more discussion about it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's the case. So I'm gonna keep it a little bit of a secret until tomorrow because it's coming out tomorrow anyway, right? So yeah, hopefully you guys like that. I think I did pretty good in that video. Again, that video required a little bit more thinking, and I'm not the smartest dude around, as I even said in the video. But well, let's start this, I guess. Give me 1 second before I start. Actually, I'll be right back. I need to, if I can get this right, I'm going to have to do something about it. But give me 1 second, and then we'll go straight into the reaction. All right, I'm back. Sorry, had to look at something real quick. Um, your videos have quite the potential. Keep going. Oh, that's really nice. Thanks, dude. I yeah, I try my best to give. I've been asked by some people like, how do you come up with videos, or how do you do this, or like, I don't know, like people like out like in my general sphere of interaction, I guess. I tell them, um, and learn to see our skills. Yeah, basically, um, I'm, yeah, after it happens once, it's like one of those things that if after a strike happens one time, you kind of like, I don't want it to happen again, so you're like super careful. That's what's basically gonna happen, and I'm gonna try my best this week to learn how to do this, so I can actually do it, because I still want to do it. I'm not gonna give up on doing it, but I'm probably gonna have to give up on the first episode because it's because I messed up on the actual pure recording of it. So no matter what editing I do, it's gonna be like not the best. Um, First time seeing your channel. Oh, thank you. Wow, I hope you like it, and hopefully you've seen Tower of God. If not, this will be a very oh well, Hawken knows you, so this so I guess you do know Tower of God. I'm out of the loop with people that know Tower of God, and it's a small few. I think some people from last stream didn't know Tower of God and something, and they were talking about like JoJo, and I'm like, what's happening right now? Why did he click on this? Like, it says Tower of God in the thing. Yeah, so I do. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah. Oh yeah, the thing I was talking about before, people ask me like, how do I come up with a video idea? And I'm like, if basically the first thing I think about is that am I gonna watch this video? And if I'm not gonna watch my own video, like if I make a video that I myself don't want to watch like 20 times over, then I'm not gonna do it, because I want to be able to watch my own videos and not be cringed out by my own videos or be like, oh, whatever. So if it's not an idea or not something that I'm interested in, and that I'm not watching myself, like the views from other people go secondary to me. Like if I'm not enjoying watching it myself, then I don't put it out, or I don't even take the time, because it takes a while to make them, and think about them and record them and all that stuff. So I just so I don't put myself through the effort unless I myself I'm gonna enjoy the finished product. Basically, that's what I tell people. Yet to see this, honest content creator like you. Oh really? Oh cool. Oh no, wait, I do know you. I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm horrible with names. I do know you. I watched a bunch of your stuff. I'm so dumb. I do know you. I watched a bunch of your reactions. I love your reactions. What am I talking about? Oh my goodness, I did just I'm sorry, is that from my perspective your little icon is so small. I didn't even know what it was. I've watched a bunch of things. I know I'm going to be the cringed out by my videos. Well, it's that I made a YouTube channel before. I have privated all those videos by now, so if you guys want to try to look for it, you're not gonna find anything. I privated those videos, and I didn't have those videos private for a while. But yeah, those ones, oh my goodness, because those were when I was a little kid. Like, I was making just the worst YouTube videos like imaginable, like in an iPad, like putting the like grabbing the iPad and like the way I screen recorded video gameplay, video games, like gameplays, was by grabbing the thing and putting it like trying to measure it through to the TV, and you know, it was just horrible, right? And there was no editing. It was all bad. You can hear everything in the background. Those, every single time I hear those videos and my voice from back then, I cringe. Like my entire body went into like that lady from SpongeBob, that from the chocolate episode that was in the wheelchair. That's how much I cringe at those. Editing is true torture. Yes, it is. Which, you know, I want to, my full-time thing that I want to be in the thing is an editor, like a full-time editor. I want to be an editor just in general. So this channel is mostly to help me with that, to improve my editing skills. And every single project that I've worked on so far, I think that I'm getting a little bit better at editing. So that's what I want to do fully in the future. But it is torture, because it takes a lot of time. My channel had Minecraft videos that Kid Haku made in 2012. Yeah, before I deleted them and started doing anime manga stuff. Wow, really? It's very similar to me. I did a lot of Minecraft videos. I think around the same time, actually. And yeah, I did a lot of Minecraft videos. I did a lot of like fighting videos. Is that I was like a channel between me and like a few of my friends from elementary school. So it was just a bunch of weird stuff. Um, yeah, that's crazy. Damn. So let's actually get into it. The chapter. I think I'm gonna have the chat. I'm not gonna have the chat pulled up in the screen, but I'm gonna have the chat pulled up next to me, like on my phone. So it should all be still. I should be able to like see your guys' stuff. I just have to pull it up. No, it's Haku. Hearing that from you, the Minecraft video stuff like shot me back because that was just me too, and I cringed so bad. Like I wanted to show it to some of my mutual friends, like one of my videos, and I just picked it out of a hat. I couldn't even. It was 2 seconds, and then I stopped the video like the speed of lightning because I was like, nope. I heard my voice and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. I was it was so fast. I've never acted so fast in my entire life than that moment. But yeah. Did you mention strike from the anime before I got? Yes, I got yes, Haku. I got blocked. My first episode reaction got blocked. And I recorded it in OBS, and I was like and basically I put like a this the same thing I put over my like my this react my browser stuff, like the layer um of oops I blocked up my camera uh of the layer above the anime video, which not like that layer, not just like that blurred, it's also like the like of my character. And it was so the image itself, I'm going to make it so the image is a little less visible too, because it was mostly the sound, because I recorded the sound of the episode 2 and it was pretty damn loud. So I didn't have much editing of the sound actually. So either I'm either thinking of pitching the sound up or pitching it somewhat so you can still hear the audio, but it's just different so it won't get copyright striked, or just taking out the audio entirely. That's something I'm trying to think. I was about to edit my anime stuff later, and I don't know if I should be worried. Oh, yeah. So like so basically, I don't know how you recorded it. That's the thing. Is that basically I recorded my stuff with like fully that, and even when I edited around it, I reposted it. Like I reposted it just as an unlisted video, and it still got blocked. So I think Dr. Bones was pitched up. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that he pitched up the opening. So I was thinking about pitching up the volume. If you recall the watch along with the sound, I think those things immediately got targeted. Yes, that immediately got targeted. Yes, that I remember while I was like editing it, I was like, should I just take this out? But I was like, I had commentary about like what I liked about it, so maybe I should keep that in. But then I just decided to keep it in and test it out. That was a dumb decision. I should have just deleted out the opening immediately. But no, I did react to the opening, and I did have the full sound of it. Again, first time mistakes. You don't I've never done a like this type of anime reaction before, so I don't know. So I didn't know anything, and it should just be not a thing next time, right? So hopefully it's not a thing next time. Hopefully I'm able to learn about it through this coming week, and and still be fine. I should advise one more channel before it's too late for him. Really? Oh, yeah. No, I mean like any channel that people should like advise about that kind of stuff, because it could just bring down your channel really fast. What I've been doing lately is having my speakers play the audio low through my desktop speakers. Not as good as having the sound, but it's something. Huh. That's an interesting way of doing it. Because I know Ron, that you do a lot of um of anime reactions, because I've seen a bunch of them, and I've seen your Tower of God anime reactions as well. Um, so yeah, I'm going to see, and if I want to see if there's even a way for me not to edit it out that much from the episode. Maybe just the moments where I'm not doing that much commentary, and just kind of like staring like this. uh, uh, I just want to see if I can edit those moments out mostly, and if I can just edit out those moments and keep it the rest of the good stuff from the episodes in, I'll be happy. I'll use my headphones so it's still here, so it's slight patch. Yeah, I glazed that Ron stuff and a few other recording in minds just to get at the idea of how I should. Yeah, yeah, that's what I didn't do that. I was very excited, and I recorded my reaction as soon as the episode came out, basically. Um, and I just leave the sun stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely watch. It's an editing hell, definitely, but I'm gonna watch a bunch of reaction channels and a bunch of other stuff, to see what they do and to see if I can mimic it in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, let's. I'm not gonna do a recap because we spent a lot of time talking about this. I'm not gonna do a chapter recap of today. I'm just gonna go straight into the new chapter. The last chapter was amazing. The thing I love about this flashback a lot is the dialogue. More than anything, the dialogue in this flashback arc has been incredible so far. Um, I just really like it. So yeah, let's get right into it. Ah, yeah, like I said, I have the chat pulled up it by side anyway, so I'll be able to hear it, see it. I don't know how some people get away with that stuff. No, so I've seen, the thing is that I've seen some people have full like 100 episode reactions to stuff, and I've seen them like they get away with showing so much, and like the sounds and everything, and like that's why even like that's why I've seen that kind of stuff, and I was like, my channel's not that big. So I'll I'll see if I can do this and have the sound on a little bit, and have the image on a little bit, and maybe it'll work. I was still doubtful it'd work, and my doubt came true, but it's still weird. So yeah, let's get right into it. Uh, you watching Ron's MHA each week is like watching a lion tamer. I'm not testing Shueisha like that. No, I'm not. Yeah, dude. I know that. I know. God, I'm not testing it like that. I've thought about branching out into other anime stuff because I love My Hero Academia. I love other stuff. But I am that is if Tower of God is like reaching for the line, then everything else is like going to Warfield for me. Um, but yeah, let's start. We got a whoa, we got a violence warning this time. So again, that means nothing, or that means everything. Like I always say, let's let's see if it means something. But it's the first violence warning of this what's it called, of this flashback. So it might mean something, it might not. I tempt fate a lot. Yo, no, you seem, Ron, you seem like a dude that is like fights against fate, which is fun because you love, I've seen your reactions a lot to fate content, like stay night, fate stay night stuff, and I watched a lot of stuff. I love fate, the series. It's really one of my top favorite series to watch, and all that stuff, um which is why a bunch of my like original characters and stuff in my videos are based around characters and events from fate. So yeah, Also, make sure you put the chat in live chat so you don't miss any. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's on live. It's not in. It's not anything else. It's definitely in live. I do know that. So don't worry. I'm not missing anything. All right. So this is what happened last chapter. Marchea, less like Marchea, which they didn't say Grace yet, so that is interesting. He might not have the name Grace yet. Versus Arie Han, which is amazing cliffhanger, because we kind of forgot about Arie Han last chapter, because it was kind of like he was the quiet one. He wasn't really talking to anyone else, but then he just appeared at the end, and it was just really, really good. Well, we didn't get any warning to the tiara. Oh, really? Or Yama's getting messed up. That's true. That's true. I didn't even notice about Tiara, because that was like the first chapters that I reacted to, the Tiara battle, where she got beheaded. That's really, we didn't get. I forgot about that. That's interesting. Um, Long time no see. Marchea Luslik in the past. I love that he looks like Marchea, but he definitely looks different, and obviously because of the scar and the eye that I didn't realize last time, and you guys had to point out to me. Um, but beyond that, you can tell that he's younger. You can tell that all of these people are younger versions of themselves. They definitely look younger. Arie Han. Wow. Yeah, Arie Han. He's so he. I don't even know if it could pick up on the. It picks it up because I have the filter, but without the filter, if I got rid of the filter, he's so white that it literally, like, I can't tell what parts are like not not drawn or just of the background. It's really, yeah. I just saw it on the filter. It does not look like that. You guys can definitely see all the lines, but from my perspective, it just seems so ungodly white from my perspective. Trauma Race Past 4. It could just be my brightness level too. That's pretty up. Arie Han. I didn't expect to see you in person. Oh wait, well, okay. This is hype because first, the standoff is really good. The angle of it, I like it a lot. It reminds me of it reminds me of JoJo, like the Dio and Jonathan walk thing, um, but or like the "you're approaching me" stuff. And I like his inventory that he's picking out, because we know that at least from the blog post, which again we can't take everything from the blog post super seriously, since it does get retconned and all that stuff. But at the same time, it still could have ideas from SIU in the back. We know that Marchea Luslik is a fisherman, and now he's more of like, he's still kind of a fisherman, because he did like go like hand to hand with Mazino and all that stuff, and he did do like the floral butterfly piercing on him, but he doesn't really take out he's supposed to. In the blog post, it said that he had like a black hook that could pierce anything in the tower. So these are obviously not hooks, these are like daggers that he's bringing out or something. But it definitely shows that at this moment in time, he's definitely more of like a close range fighter, instead of like a mage that he is in the future. Tell me, how has Arlene been? Really? Wow, we're just naming her. We're just straight up like, no hook in his inventory. That's true. People could have, I don't know if it's been stated, I think people could have multiple inventories though. Or either that, or you can like change your inventory. So this might just be one of his inventories. He might not be taking out his hook, because maybe he's using this because he's like infiltrating. And he's like, it seems more like a scout type of thing, like an assassin type of kit that he has on right now. Shadow versus light. Yeah, definitely. That's the best example of shadow versus light. All white and all black. Tell me, how has Arlene been? What does it matter to you? Wow, that touched a nerve on him. How she's doing. I love that the him flipping it around. I love the design of it too. That's so. I love how it's just not like just a basic knife. It has like these like markings on it, these purple markings. I have to sneak in. I have to sneak in there before Han unleashes his full power. So yeah, I mean this guy Arya Han right now, like I mentioned in the Amy's live stream, I think Arya Han right now is the second strongest. I mean, we don't know if the tower rankings are like a thing yet because we know that Jihad was the one who kind of brought the whole tower ranking thing into thing. But we know at some point Jihad was ranked number one, and then Enryu became number one, and then Pentameron became number one. Right? That's how it works. So we know at some point Jihad was number one, so that means Arya Han would have been number two in the tower. So at this point, I mean, either way, even if the rankings aren't a thing, he's still probably the strongest family head, and still probably ranked. He's still probably the second strongest in the tower, aside from Guardians. So like, even Mashea knows. I mean, he's climbed with them. He knows how strong they are. So like, he's like, yeah, I have to sneak in before he actually gets serious. Which right now he's not even using like. It seems like he's just using like a wooden sword, or like at least not a good sword. I didn't notice until this week the religion they use the original Arlen over the Arlene. Oh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. They did the same thing with Edwan too. Like they changed around the names around. Maybe it's just not the. Maybe it's just a different translator translating the chapters, and they translate them differently. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It's none of your business. So how she's doing is none of his business. Again, I love the design. You're going up against. Imagine going up against the strongest swordsman in the entire tower, like that the swordsmanship can bend space so much so, right? And he's the best of that, and going up against him with a knife. This guy is Leslek has, I mean, he's kind of always been daring, I guess, because he kind of went up to Mazzino and he was like, yo, you're not allowed to pass here. So oh, I love that. Like, I think they've done that effect with White too sometimes, where his hair kind of goes like this, like a wings, over because it's so long. I like that. Also, yeah, you can see that sword is definitely not like probably one of his main ones. His main swords should be more like, kind of like they should look more like the swords that Vicente and Joaquin use, more like less like a katana and more of like a, I don't know, like a fantasy looking sword, you know. I think that's what those should look like more, and I think we've seen one of them in Joaquin's flashback, like the one that never spilled any blood or something. That's a great perspective shot of him leaping off, them clashing. Wow, I I just love the imagery of Varyahan not even like looking like he's moving that much, and less like charging in, like again maybe not at full power, but like definitely trying. All right, he flips over him. It looks like he dropped his knife or something. It looks like he avoided the swing, because it looks like he's swinging right here. Han is. Yeah, he did drop his knife because he stomped, and then He grabbed it. I mean, he dodged the sword strike like it seemed like a purple for sword strike meant to hit him. He dodged one of them. So, I mean, that's impressive because we know how Arya swordsmanship works. Oh, I love that shot. Whoa, I like that shot of him like channeling the Shinsu through the blade to make it stronger, most likely. That's a great shot of Lusleg. I love how Lusleg's fighting too. Like again, it's so different from what we've seen, but it still makes a lot of sense for him. He charges in. There's a surprise. Ah, never mind. So this he did slash. So that's I like that effect because that shows like the REA swordsmanship, how that works. Like you can slash forward and still like I didn't even notice this was being sliced, and it could appear from behind. Like it bends space. So that's a really good showing of arguments of the swordsmanship. uh the strongest. He's either delusional or a badass. You can be a delusional badass. We've seen that before. But some of the most badass characters in anime are delusional. So, aside from the king, they went or on each other. Yeah, they definitely went full JoJo. This fight is full JoJo, man. It's my turn. His shoes got destroyed. Wait, did they? Oh crap! Wait. Was Arya because Arya last chapter wasn't wearing shoes? Oh wait, he does have shoes. What the heck? He did have shoes on. Why does he not have shoes on in this panel? Why did? Whoa! What the heck? Um. Also, how Arya hair is fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you sliced it. That could just be an effect. Um. Imagine he just gave himself a haircut. I mean, like, imagine if your sword could bend space and you like accidentally cut yourself. How is that possible? Your sword skills be so high they can bend space and you still are able to cut yourself with your own sword? Like that would be a little funny to me, if that would happen. So yeah. So he throws off his footing. This fight is great so far. I like how, even though it's still like the beginning of it, I like how it goes. It's the choreography. Okay, so Les like still jumps in, rushes in. I love the effect on his eyes. It's kind of the effect that you have, Ron, on your profile picture with your glasses. Swoosh. Love the chain of commenting on people's streams. It's like One Piece. You choose what not to cut. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. I was thinking about what you just said, Haku, and I was like, oh yeah, that's true. You can choose what you cut in One Piece. Like if you don't want to cut something, you don't cut it. I forgot that was a thing. I love One Piece as well. Great fan of it. I need to catch up on it though. I'm a little behind. Oh wow! I saw the hand and I was like, I didn't know what he was gonna do, but he just grabbed him. Yo, that's amazing. He's like, I'm not even using my sword on you. I'm just gonna grab you. Damn, that's a forceful grab too. That he put all his weight into that grab. He just like grabbed in midair and tossed him to the side. God damn. Holy shit, man. he he definitely, that was a big crash too. Wow. And I love the way they use this like arch to signify that like the movement of him being thrown. Wow, that's great. I love that. Ugh. Yeah, man, you're getting. I mean, like, he probably expected this. He even said that if he used his full power, he was gonna he doesn't stand a chance. But like he is not doing well right now. Although he's surviving. That's a feat on itself. He's surviving this. Ah man. These are the moments. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, are the moments where I still wish the AOA show reacted to the Tower of God chapters. Because this right here would be the moment they would go on a 15-minute funny session on of how White and the entire REA family just loves those feet. Those feet shot, man. Man, those are some glorious feet. SIU loves them too. Like there's a lot of like with White especially. There's a lot of feet shot. So far, Leslie refused to fight if it's not against rank 4 or better. Yeah, Leslie is like, let me at those. You're gonna Leslie is like, you're gonna put me at 15. Excuse me, I'm not gonna fight anyone that's 5 or higher. Like he's offended that they give him that rank. But it's so funny to me. Step. How you've come to take Amizu right away, right? Goodness, I read that whole wrong. You've come to take Amizu away, haven't you? I don't know why I couldn't read that sentence. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so he knows he's come to take her away. I'm not sure who your accomplice is, but how could you even think of try breaking in by yourself with all of us here? Yeah, like they should know that there's a lot of family heads here, like, and they still like only sent Lustlike. That's crazy. I mean that kind of shows you how they trust Lustlike. I got a full paragraph or two theory in my comments this week on how high-level swordsman high-level argument swordsmanship requires you to be barefoot. I mean, at this point, who knows? Maybe Arya Hagafarion is just gonna be barefoot, and also, and oh my goodness, that's so funny. That's really, really funny. Oh goodness, that's funny. They just put their shoes in their inventory to like be like, all right, hold it's you know, like the hold me back memes of like hold my something, or hold my beer, or hold my whatever. Like the RUs are like hold my shoes. That's how you know they get serious. You're still as reckless as ever, I see. Well, yeah, even Aryeon is like, you're reckless, man. You're coming out after all of us. That's none of your concern. Go on then. Wow, he's sheathing his sword. Yeah, and like you can see that even the sheath is like definitely a katana. Wow, this sheath reminds me of one of Zoro's bullet swords from One Piece. I forgot what sword it looks like. It definitely looks like just like a recoloring of one of his swords. I don't know if it's Enma or another sword that it does look so much like. It definitely looks like one of them. What? Go ahead and take Amizu. What the heck? What the hell are you talking about? I thought you came here to stop me. Amizu is free to do as she pleases. If she wishes to leave this place, there is no reason for me to stop her. Wow, really? That kind of goes into the whole thing of what we were talking about last chapter of the Traumarai Us situation, and how they see how they even see the companions, not just the family heads, like the companions they climbed up the tower with, like Lustlike and Amizu, as part of that us, right? Because they climbed together. It's not just a family head exclusive thing, and this is another aspect of it. Like he's saying, Amizu is free to do as she pleases. She has her own mind. She wishes to leave. I can't do anything to stop it, even though he can't. He should be way stronger than her. If he wanted to, he's not thinking like Traumarai, where Traumarai is like, yeah, he's getting into that family head mindset of like, yeah, I, if she doesn't want to be here, I can just force her to be here. I'm the ruler of this tower. I can do whatever I want. Where Aryahan is not fully into that mindset yet, and he's like, no, she has her own free will. She can do whatever she wants. If she wants to leave, she can. Which is very interesting how they're still not in this god mindset yet. I mean, it's funny to say like I did, but they could have a point. White uses different stances when he fights Pomp. Yeah, he does. He did like that stance of like of silence or something, like the posture of silence or whatever during his bomb fight, and he like put basically like all his like he did like a stance. And also when he talked about his fighting style with versus his first fight against Caliban during the Wall of Forget Me Not, he did say something like, I still have my foot techniques, or like I still have my like my foot skills, or like the basically like his footmanship, so he can so even if it takes a long time for him to slash away at Caliban, he'll just like slash him, run away, like that kind of stuff. So it might have something to do with it. Who knows? I don't know. It would be interesting though if that was an aspect of it. It's really weird how their shoes got destroyed. Yeah. Either way, no matter how you look at it, it's probably just an art mistake. He probably should have been. He should have probably just not have his shoes from the beginning. Because this was definitely intentional. Like this shot obviously was intentional of his feet, so he probably shouldn't have had shoes. And they just forgot to take that out. Or they already drew it and they're like, whatever. Hopefully nobody notices, but everyone noticed. I think Arihan didn't took on Traumarai's conquer mindset because it doesn't fit his samurai code. That could be interesting. We definitely know that Aryahan is more corrupted nowadays because of the Joaquin flashbacks and stuff like that. Of how he treated Joaquin and people like Joaquin, even people from his family, right? And I don't know if he didn't adopt that mindset, but I don't know if he didn't adopt it yet. Currently, he doesn't have that mindset, but maybe in the future he does. We'll only see, because all the family head has definitely changed their mindsets from this moment in time. The panel where they clash, you actually see his shoes getting shredded. Really? I'm gonna go back to that because it probably doesn't take me that long to do that. They're clashing against his shoes get ripped off. Oh, do you? Oh, wait. Oh, you're right. Just the I love that. That's a little more funny because it's like, it's either that the argument swordsmanship was so powerful that the shoes just get ripped out of him, or that the clash between them was like so strong that his shoes got ripped out, but none of his clothes got damaged. That's funny to think about. No, that's a good thing. I didn't even notice that, Haku. Damn. Where was I? I was about to read the same thing again. I only came out here because I wanted to say goodbye before she left. Really? Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the dialogue. Like these characters, like we've only seen them as the god versions. Like it's kind of like repeating the same like gusting bug lines over and over and over again you see in current day, because that is just their mindset of how long they lived. But now you see this new version, new side of them when they were younger, and they're sentimental. They have different emotions. That's really all I wanted from this flashback, and it's showing it amazingly. But seeing that she summoned you here to get her, I'm guessing she doesn't want to see me again before she leaves. Look at Aryahan being all sentimental. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. I bet all the family heads more corrupted in the all the family heads are definitely more corrupted nowadays than they are here at this point in time. 100%. It saddens me, you know. One by one, all my dearest friends are leaving me. Wow. I love that panel of him because it's kind of like all the panels we've seen of Aryahan before, of his back, only his back, like in the Joaquin flashbacks and all that stuff. Where you just see his back, but this has a sadder context because it seems like he's walking away from his friends. Or like his friends are leaving him, so he's walking away. I like that a lot. Give my regards to Arlene and to Arlen and V, although they might not wish to hear from me. He named both of them. He said V, which it's interesting. I guess at this point we just assume that all the family heads called them V. V apparently V is a nickname. It's not his actual name. His name is not actually V. That's a nickname that Arlene gave to him. Apparently, we learned that in the Floor of Death, I think, when we saw the Arlene pocket. And V is just a nickname. So obviously, my guess and like a bunch of people's guesses from the fandom is that his name is Viol. But I always assumed. Well, actually, no. It's weird because I guess I didn't assume. I didn't fully know if all the family heads also called him V, but now I just remembered that Data Edwan also called him V in the Hidden Floor. So I guess that was the nickname Arlene gave him, and it just stuck between all of them, so everyone calls him V. That's interesting. Although they might not wish to hear from me. What are you talking about? You people are the ones who chose to leave. Wow. Yeah, I mean, from this perspective of them wanting to climb the tower, and that being the whole purpose of climbing, to keep climbing, basically, to keep adventuring. And Jihad is an adventurer. That's the whole thing. That's how we know him as young Jihad, being an adventurer. From their perspective, from the family head's perspective and Jihad's perspective, they disobeyed the order of Jihad and they left. And they didn't agree with the majority of the group. But from their perspective, they left in the way that they didn't climb the tower anymore. That's very interesting. Or have you forgotten? What did you expect to happen? I love this like looming shot of he's still like Slug is still like in the light, and Aryahan is like in the shadows. After what he did, you might just be like a what you guys did, but like if Aryahan did something specifically during maybe like the day they stopped climbing, that would be really interesting to have him be more involved more directly. The night Shinsu is cold. Go on now. Wow, I love that line. The night Shinsu is cold. I feel like they don't really use Shinsu like that a lot. Like translate air to Shinsu. I feel like they would have just normally said air, but I like how they went the extra mile to say that night Shinsu is cold. I feel like they never done. I feel like I've heard people say air in the tower before, and it doesn't matter because it's just for the readers mostly. I know that there's times where I think White, when he got out of the Hell Train, he also said something similar, like the waves of blue Shinsu or something. when he got out of the Hell Train. I haven't seen them in so long. Something like that. He said something similar to his father right now. Damn it. Wow, you gotta... Is this the violence warning? The violence warning is the damn it? No, just kidding. I don't know. Who's talking right now? Oh, it's Edwin, I think. I said the exact same thing. Well, oh, but about what? The Night Shinsu? Yeah. I chuckled at it. Like usually they wouldn't bother. Even if this makes more sense. It's rare for them to do it like that. Yeah, it is rare for them to do it like that. But again, like they definitely have done it. Again, it's weird that the people that have done it are white and his father are young. The only two examples I can think of off the top of my head are like father and son doing the same thing. Is that Enkidu guy really human? Wow, they're bringing this up. I wonder how Trauma is going to respond, because maybe he does see him as human, or maybe he doesn't yet. I think he does, because he said that to Amizu. He gave me a strange feeling when I first met him earlier. Yeah, he's human. He's just a little unusual. Really? Wow. Yeah, so Trauma thinks of Enkidu as a human. Unusual. But Traumarai, ever since that day, you've avoided anything you can't control. And that's precisely what humans are. Did you change your mind recently? Wow. I like this serious like point of Edwan. Like he's not joking in this scene. He's genuinely asking his friend. It's like, hey, are you okay after that day? You avoided things you can't control. Are you really okay with that? Did you change your mind? I like that. Also, it shows how perceptive Edwan is. That they mentioned that last chapter that he's very perceptive and cold. Like he has a cold eye for seeing things. Yeah. So I like that. I like that a lot. Also, they keep mentioning. Sorry, I thought about it, but I didn't mention it. They keep saying that day, like Lustig said, after the day, stuff like that. They keep saying that over and over again. I'm guessing it's the day that they stopped climbing, and they like erased their memories and stuff like that, or they got rid of their memories. So yeah, I'm guessing that's what they're talking about, but it might be something different. We don't know yet. But I'm guessing that's what it is. Well, he wasn't originally human. Ah, that's right. He has the ability to transform. How could I forget? So he just forgot. He spent so much time with this Enkidu that he just forgot about the blob Enkidu and his abilities. That's interesting. Traumarai. Oh wait, no. I thought this is someone else. I thought that was it. For some reason, I thought that was Stang speaking. For some reason, Traumarai. What? There's an intruder in the floating castle. Yeah, they're calling it floating castle again. That's interesting. It's not like it's a battleship. It's a floating castle right now. Yeah. Intruder alert. There could be others. We have to step up security. So they're talking about Lustig. They found an intruder, and that should be Lustig. Are they hearing this too? Ron, and Amizu. I've been saying her name so much and I forgot her name right now. I think he's here to get you. Yeah, they are hearing it. Are you leaving now? I like how they're just having a chat. They're not like just... Wrong is not being antagonistic to Amizu after what she did. After she basically broke up with Traumarai. She's still having like a conversation. Yeah, she pinched her cheek and all that stuff. They're still acting like friends. Are you leaving now? Yeah. Would you mind helping me leave in peace? Wow, damn. That's a bold ask, but I guess you I guess you guys are friends, so you would ask. I imagine there's going to be a lot of fighting between us from now on, but I don't feel like starting tonight. Well, Tower, Tower of Senile Heads. Yeah. Neat that Trauma forgot that Enkidu wasn't just human, that he could change shape. Yeah, I think that's really neat too. It shows you that he spent so much time with Enkidu, and he's starting to see Enkidu as just a human, that he fully forgot that Enkidu was more than that, and he could change shapes and all that stuff. It could also be a result of him like throwing some of his memories away, and maybe it's like a side effect that he has trouble remembering stuff. So maybe that's a thing. Today is the first day that Traumarai finally has a place to stay. All right, she agreed. But at least go and say goodbye to Traumarai one last time. You know what he's like. I like her shoes. I don't know if you've seen those. I mean, probably, but we haven't seen this close up of them before. I love her dress and everything about Jiran. He's easily hurt. Well, Traum, yeah, Traumarai seems like the family head that's most easily affected and hurt. Although, again, a lot of them could be hurt and like all that stuff emotionally. Trauma and by all this stuff that happens, it feels like Trauma definitely got very affected, and I have a theory that that's why he has a little bit more trouble remembering stuff than the other family heads. Either that, or the other family heads don't mention it as much as Trauma. Like Trauma says, he has nightmares. He has all these things about his forgotten memories, and we haven't seen a lot of that from any of the other family heads. So my opinion is that, my theory is that Traumarai took away a lot more of his emotions and memories along with it than all the other ones. Maybe they have a little more of a vague idea of what happened that day. But Traumarai, he was so heartbroken by everything that he took away a lot of his memories of a lot of events that happened in his life. So that's what I think, at least. That's what I think that it was the case. Sorry. Is she not gonna do it? I mean, nah, that's... Search the whole area. There's an intruder. Hurry up and find him. Shit. I must have made too much sound. Or too much noise. Well, yeah, he's just booking it. I mean, again, like Aryeon said, there's family heads running around, like multiple. Like, there's not just one to worry about. There's multiple family heads running around. Imagine like being an intruder in this place. That'd be crazy. Yeah. I'd better hurry. Amici told me which room she'd be waiting in. Okay. I just want to get out of this awful place as soon as possible. Ooh, a snake. Well, I was about to say, is that a branch head? But there's no branch heads yet. The Trauma hasn't had any kids. So this is Trauma. Is this Trauma? Or like maybe one of Snake. Oh, is this the odd-eyed cobra? Yeah, it is Trauma. He's just there fully. Trauma. Are we gonna get a fight between Westlake and Trauma? That'll be interesting. Westlake just fighting all the family heads. I like also something about Traumai's powers that I actually do like a lot, which we never seen this from any other anime, I believe. If I'm wrong, correct. If I'm wrong, correct me, Haku, because you're kind of like my guide through this story, basically. That I forget stuff easily, but We saw in this flashback, and we've seen a lot of times that he can Trauma can change the shape of his animals and like their size, because we know that the Yardai Cobra is not this tiny, even at this point in time, because we've seen it against the ancient beast with Enkidu. It was huge. It was gigantic, right? So, and we've seen this with the Findor harp, with the giant eel that Trauma commands. He was able to turn it into. He was able to both multiply it and turn it into miniature versions of itself to capture a bunch of ships. And I think he did the same thing against maybe, I don't know if they were tinier. I think he was a little tinier against Dumas. Yeah, so he's able to make his Shinwei tiny, which is something that I like that he can do, because all his Shinweis are like huge. So like, it'll be a little impractical if he couldn't turn them tiny and be in a smaller area, like his own castle. But yeah, I don't think we've seen that ability from anyone else except for Kramurai, which again goes to show you how much of a good anima he is. Step. Tramurai, where? Oh well, I don't know if this is supposed to be like a flashback or something. Tramurai, well, there you are. We got trouble. Somebody's broken into the castle. Enkidu, I want to ask you for a favor. A favor? Oh, they go into a room? Wait. Who's that? Oh, wow. the Yardai Cobra looks so happy. He's like, I got him. No, but that's wait. Wait, is that the intruder? Wow, so he actually they actually got him. Trauma was actually able to just, I guess he sneak attacked Lustlike. Wow. That's really cool, because you literally in this chapter you saw Lustlike go up against, even if he wasn't winning, he was going up against Aryeon, and Traumrai just snatched him up with seemingly, we didn't see anything, so we assumed that it would with ease, right? So I like how that shows that even if Aryeon is the strongest, definitely, of the family heads, doesn't mean that Traumrai is weak in comparison to Aryeon. They're all family heads. They're all should be somewhat equal. None of them should be low, like no diff or low difficulty in a fight between them, I think. So I like that. I actually do like that a lot. Although I'm really scared for Lustlike here. Enkidu. What is he gonna ask Enkidu to do? Is he gonna, because he forgot that Enkidu can transform, is he gonna ask him to like take over his body? Yeah. Can you turn yourself into him? Oof, that's oh, so he's trying to infiltrate. Oh, is he gonna infiltrate Bug? Or not Bug. Well, Bug's not a thing yet. He's gonna infiltrate Arlene and Grace by going with Amizu, by using Enkidu, and Lustlike's body. That's interesting. That's super interesting. I didn't even think about that as a possibility. Maybe that's how they're gonna introduce Bug. God, I said Bug again. That's how they're gonna introduce Arlene and Grace, and V. And their whole little group, that maybe that's how they're going to introduce them, by Enkidu having infiltrate. That would be really cool if we get to see that. I mean, getting sneak attacked by what is essentially a god is basically game over for anyone. Yes, that is true. That is very much true. Getting sneak attacked by him is definitely not a fair fight. I do agree with that. I think Lustlike would definitely have been able to put up more of a struggle if he knew that he was going to fight Traumrai. But at the same time, I think it's meant to. I think it's a good showing that it's like the family heads don't dwarf each other. All of them are gods. All of them shouldn't. Some are stronger than others, 100%. But they're not dwarfed. Like there's not like that much of a difference between their powers. They're just very either could be situational, or it could be very it could just be like who wins out of most times out of the right, which I think is more interesting. Not having the ranking still be a thing, but not be fully set in stone, concrete. Just because Traumarai is way lower ranked than Aryahan doesn't mean that Traumarai can't give Aryahan a fight. I like that, and I think that's how it should be taken. Um, but also, yeah, he got sneak attack, so it wasn't a fair fight, obviously. Um, I would assume that's compression or something. Yeah, that's true. We know a lot of people can compression licenses or stuff like that. He can, and we know that who was it? It was Hansung Yu compressed back in the second floor, so you can compress other people if you have certain authority or something. I would assume it's compression. We've seen Finderheart be absolutely massive and monstrous against Nen Nen, and then fit in his hands against Gusting. Yeah, he was able to flip Gusting off with the, yeah, just in his hand. I don't know if it's storing Shinwei in their tanks count as compression or what. That's interesting. I don't think that would be. I don't know if that would be compression or not. Maybe because what I assume is that they just become Shinsu when they're putting to the bowl, like their Shinwei. Um, so I don't think so. Like I just always imagine that they get turned into some type of Shinsu, and then they become the Shinwei when they come out of the bowl. That's what I've always thought about it. Kind of like how you see like a Pokemon get like thrown out into a Pokeball. You see like the red or the blue stream, and they become the Pokemon. I always see. Um, there might not be. There might be a big differences between them, just not for high rankers that can see all of them as basically invincible. Yeah, that's true. Definitely, there might be some cases that there is a big difference between their abilities. Maybe with more comparable characters like Blossom and Gusting, where we know Gusting is just an inferior wave controller. Inferior, right? He's still like a god compared to everyone else. He's still an inferior wave controller to Blossom. Uh, but it should definitely not be taken as like, oh my goodness. The ranking shouldn't be like, oh, Arya wins 100% of the time against Traumarai. I don't think that should be taken like that. And I like that way of thinking more. Where's the intruder? Sorry, I just saw the panel because I was just about to say that's so cool. Like the like him running. Like if any of you guys seen Hunter x Hunter, Killua with his god speed, him just running super fast. Um, I was going to say it looks so cool, but then I just saw these two servants, which they're not being completely blown away by him, which it's in speed. They're like a little bit behind. I mean, they're dying, but like they're not like over here. That's still pretty impressive. I don't see him. I don't see him anywhere. He must be hiding. Judong, where's Amizu? Have you seen her? I love him with the lightning around him. Amizu. Amizu, she went out to get some fresh shinsu. I like how they're still doing it. I like it. Some fresh shinsu while we were drinking earlier. But she didn't come back since then. We've been looking all over for her too. But I can't find her. Really? You don't think she's going to leave without even saying goodbye, do you? I like it. I like that. That's what he cares about. Not like that. She's siding with V and Arlene. That he's like, she didn't even say goodbye. Like, do you really think she's gonna do that to us? That's what they care about more. Oh, of course not. Anyway, she's not here. Damn it. Okay. Let me know if you find her. These people, these poor servants. This guy's on his knees. This guy's like, oh my god, I feel so bad for them. Imagine having to keep up with like basically the tire god equivalent of Zeus in like a foot race, and he just like becomes lightning and just dashes away from you. Like, oh my goodness, I will. Yeah. So Yirang is definitely helping. And Amisu right now. Think of Yurik as a scale. Tramrai is on a different side of the scale from Han. I would say Han will wins 100% time straight. Really? Hmm. That's interesting. Arya Han and Yurik fought when Yurik was a regular, uh, like an A class regular, because he was on the 100 floor. When he took that test, and he was still stronger. I think the gulf. The thing is that I think the gulf between Jihad and Yurik and the family heads is actually bigger than a lot of people think. Like, because Arihan is the strongest. I'm not gonna go into a whole power scaling thing, but Arihan is the strongest family head from what we know. And even as a regular, Yurik was stronger than him. Just logically speaking, now as a ranker, and probably a lot more years go by, Yurik has been getting stronger. Yurik is like I consider that Yurik versus Aryahan now. I think there's a big gulf between them. Honestly, I think full power Yurik, not like restrained Yurik when he fought like Lustlek and stuff like that. Like full power Yurik, I honestly think that he's above all of the family heads, like above Aryahan and all of that stuff. I get the same thing with Jihad. Jihad is way above all the family heads, just like Yurik and Jihad. Then it's a debate. Then it's like a who will win between these two gods among gods, right? In the tower. But I don't. But I don't think in the realm and the sphere between family heads, I don't think there's I don't think there's ever going to be a matchup that 100% one will win against the other. I myself personally don't think that way. I get why somebody would think that way, but I don't think there's like a 100% clear rate victory between the family heads. But I think there is more of an argument to say that a full power Yurik and a full power Jihad is a 100% clear against a family head. I think that's more fair to say. But again, who knows? I just think that's more. I don't think it's that straightforward of a thing. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Like that's what I mean. Yeah. I think the yeah, that's the thing, is that a lot of when you watch a lot of things, people can get hooked up a lot about like the power scaling, or like this thing, which you have to take into account. Even as an author, you have to definitely take into account where your characters, if you're doing like a battle manga or battle manga or whatever, you in the back of your head, you gotta know like a rudimentary scale of your characters. You may not like you might not be doing calculations like some of these people online be doing, like it's finding out the pixel measurements. You're not doing that as an author. You're just doing cool scenes and what you think is cool. But you definitely have to have like a structure. Like I've said this before. Like if you go to SIU and ask him, could any of the division commanders beat Colavan in a fight? And he would say something like, no, all of the squadron commanders are stronger than any division commander. Like that's what I mean. That in his mind there should be a scale of like his characters, but that scale shouldn't be used. That scale, it still exists, but doesn't mean a character, because of circumstances, can't do something. And that's what I always mean when I do those when I do like rankings of characters and like power scaling and stuff like that. Like I personally view current day Gustang, Tramrai, and Merchea as pretty even. where I could where it could go depending on the circumstances. Yeah, that's the thing, is that circumstances definitely matter a lot, especially when you're dealing with family heads, which in my opinion are very relative. They're relative. I'm not saying one of them is definitely not weaker than another. I'm just saying they all shouldn't be like dwarfed. So circumstances definitely impacts the fights between them. I will. Thanks, Jerome. Don't mention it. They're really searching every corner of the castle for you. As long as my perfume covers your tracks in the Shinsu, they likely won't find you. That's interesting. She has perfume powers. That's cool. As long as my perfume covers your tracks in the Shinsu. I was about to say, like, can none of them sense her? Or like, is she like, it's just like a Dragon Ball power level thing where you can just like lower your Shinsu levels to not be detected anymore? But that's a cool detail, that as long as my perfume covers your tracks, they won't find you. That's cool. Let's go. Creak. I don't know why I'm doing the sound effects today. Yeah. This is a massive room. And that is from the shadow. That's a massive window. Jeez. So this is the room. Yeah. Beautiful, isn't it? Traumar made this room for me since I always stare up at the ceiling. I'm so sorry. My reading is horrible today. And yet, I've never once come in here to look at the ceiling. Wow. So, yeah, you can. That's another thing that Traumar made. Like she says, Traumar made this room for her, so she can stare up at the ceiling. So it's because that's something that he knows from just looking at her and looking at what she does every day. That's something that she likes to do. Or like from his perspective, that's something she liked to do. In reality, she didn't probably want to be staring up at the ceiling all day. It was just that she didn't want to be there anymore. But it still shows that even with his memories lost and his emotions taken somewhat away after the climb, he still cared somewhat deep inside himself for Amizu to do that gesture for her. But still, yeah. It might seem kind of ironic, but if I ever leave this place, I wanted to go out through this window. That's why this room ended up being the rendezvous point. Is that how you spell rendezvous? Or am I just, is that another word that I'm just not mistaking for another word? Because I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen the word rendezvous actually spelled, now that I think about it. Maybe like in a history book, but I don't remember ever seeing the word rendezvous. So less like I lost half of his face in another backstory. Yes, or I mean, it could tie into this one. Maybe something that happens with Enkidu. Maybe that could affect his face or something. We don't know yet. But maybe in another backstory he could something might have happened, and his face might have gotten messed up. The last chapter I was so sure Han will do that to him. Oh, you thought Han would have slashed his face like somewhat open or something like that? Oh, that's an interesting idea. I didn't even think about that. Can confirm that the ceiling here means the fake sky, not the room ceiling. Oh yeah. I kind of took it that way, but that's yeah. Like I didn't think she meant like the actual ceiling of the room. I thought she meant like I thought they just mistook ceiling for sky. So like But that makes a lot more sense. I didn't even think about the ceiling of the floor because yeah, the floor doesn't have a sky; it has a ceiling. Um, that's how it's spelled. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, I just never seen the word rendezvous. Rendezvous, like spelled out. I think that's so weird. Either that or my memory's horrible. So maybe I have, but I never seen it. Uh, Thanks for your help, Jirang. Are you really going to leave without seeing Charmarai one last time? Yeah. I'm not sure if I could bring myself to leave if I looked into his eyes. That's something that I was thinking about that, but I didn't say it because I mean I didn't want it to be too headcanon to like say that's why she didn't want to see Charmarai, or maybe she didn't want to see Charmarai again. But you can definitely see that kind of thinking last chapter where she says she doesn't want to see what Traumarai is becoming because she loved the old Traumarai, the genuine says whatever's on his mind, blank like tower climbing adventurer Traumarai. She this Traumarai is different from the one she loved, and but yeah, like sometimes when you break up in a relationship and when you're in a relationship and you see the person again, there could be a like a sense of being like maybe it'll work out or something, like if you see them again, like especially if it's fresh or something, maybe I'm making a mistake, maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe whatever, and you can't really leave. And I like how that's being addressed because I think that's something that happens a lot to so many people, and it's definitely like such a normal thing for people to think, since this could be the last time we see each other. Yeah. Even if they're enemies, there's no likelihood that Traumarai and Amizu will see each other again. When I think about that, it almost breaks my heart. Wow. And Jiran's just... I'm getting used to the name Jiran. I really gotten used to saying the name Jiran, honestly. Yeah, Jiran's just silent. The next time we see each other, we'll be enemies, Jiran. I know. Like, yeah, you can tell that she's sad about that, just from her expression. She's like accepting it, but she's like, I know you're going to be my enemy from now on. Well, we're enemies now. Is this an effect, or is she actually activating her flames? Doesn't it scare you? Whoa. I love these flames effects. Like because we've seen these types of flames from Iwa. Iwa has pink flames, and even in the anime, they're having her flames be pink. From the trailers we've seen, it's not like fire, like a pure fire, like orange or something like that. It's definitely we've seen her flames, not Iwa's flames, be like just fire, like straight up black and orange fire before, but in many serious moments we've seen her flames be like this, like the have the pink effect, which I think is so cool, such a cool detail. The thought of being our enemy, I mean, wow, I love this. The fire's enveloping the entire room. That's so good. Sorry about that. Yeah, but I love that. That's such a cool visual. Wow. We have the power to split mountains and seas with a wave of our hands now. Wow, that's such a powerful line. We have the power to split mountains and seas with a wave of our hands, just casually, just like be like whatever, and then just a mountain explodes or just a sea is split in half like Moses or something. That's such a cool visual, and something that is a visual that actually somewhat goes along with my video that's coming out tomorrow. But you'll see that you'll see that tomorrow. We can kill as many people as we like, and no one can stop us. There's hardly anyone stronger than us in the tower. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, again, like I've said multiple times at this point, the family heads have real estate in as being the strongest. They're just the strongest. Even in current day, they have the real estate of being the strongest, right? They're gods in the current day and even now, right? But in terms of power, but their mindset isn't that of gods yet, like the current day. But yeah, we can kill as many people as we like, and no one can stop us. There's hardly any. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Until the other regulars come in, like Yurik and Ryu and Pantamon, like they're top dogs in the tower, other than administrators or guardians or whatever you want to call them. We're going to conquer this tower and rule over everyone in it. We have to. We have no choice. We have no choice. That's an interesting line. Why did they not have any choice to do this? Why? Because of jihad? Because that's what he ordered them to do? Because why do they have to stop? Why did they? I want to see the day they stopped climbing so much, because that's going to be like the turning point, and that's going to reveal so much of what's happening in current day and in this flashback. Because why do they have to be the rulers? Why do they have to conquer the tower and rule over everyone? Why they have to become these gods instead of staying adventurers? Like, that's the flashback I'm waiting so hard on. I think that no choice is because they're because of their destinies, their roles. That is true. That is true, because they all gone through revolution. And revolution is the thing that Bomb went through in the tower of in the rice pot with the God of Guardians. And Data Jihad said that inside of him there was the destiny of being the king. When he saw that, he had no choice but to become the king of the tower. There could be something involving that, and destiny is definitely a big part of the Tower of God world, and fate and all that stuff. Like, you have guides that can see fate, Emily, that can affect fate and change it. Irregulars change fate and can Bomb's whole thing about is changing the fate of everything, and him fighting against his own fate and destiny that he has in the prophecy of his mom and all that stuff, and him trying to figure out if that's what he wants to do. Fate is a big part of the Tower of God world, but instead I want to see the meaning behind those words, like more of like, even if fate is something that occurs in the world of, even in our own world or even in the Tower of God world, I want to see the moment where that fate took effect, where the which should be the day they stop climbing, in my opinion. So, and that's when they had no choice. That's what I really want to see. She slumps on the ground because we're so different from you now. Wow. I love this. This is what I want. This is what I truly wanted from this flashback. The family heads not just being gods, being these being human, being more a transitional period between them having the power of gods but not having the mindset of them yet. I love this so much. I love it. I love the imagery of her being surrounded by her power, her flames, and her crying, or at least being slumped over, just not wanting, or maybe not I don't know if not wanting, but being afraid of it, definitely. I'm afraid too. It scares me to see how much I've changed. Yeah, because I think it's very implied, and it's at this point it's just implied that all of the family heads are changing because of something that happened, and their either their memories or their emotions or both, that they have a method of taking those away, and they're changing because of it. Um, that was mentioned somewhat last chapter with Edwan and Edwan Gusting and Traumatized Chat. Um, and it's very interesting. And I really want to see where that goes and how that affects how that is still affecting everyone, because Jiran knows she's changing from how she used to be, and I like that aspect. By the way, they are irregulars. She isn't one of she wasn't one of them from the beginning. Yes, yes, that's true. Uh, that's true. Even we're different from the we're different from you now is definitely also an irregular type of thing. Amizu is not irregular. Um, they're destined to be different, or and to be stronger. Yes, yes, that is true. We know that irregulars are destined to bring a change to the tower, whatever that may be. It always changes the tower in some way, shape, or form, a shift in the balance or whatever. Um, yeah, it's just I really just want basically I just want to see the events of that day they stop climbing, because I think that will be the visual turning point of everything. I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't mean to sound like I was criticizing you and the others. I know you can't help being who you are. That's an interesting line. That's a very interesting line from Amizu. Um, that she said something similar last chapter, where she told Jiran that she's not criticizing their decision or anything. That something must have happened to where, because if they made the decision to take their memories away or they erase their emotions or something like that, and Jiran being so not Jiran, Amizu being so close to all of them, is telling them she doesn't criticize them for doing that. Something must have happened that even she's like, yeah, I understand why you guys would do that. I understand why you guys would take this path, even though for us as readers it might be very weird for us to like be like, oh, why is this destiny being thrust upon them, all that stuff. She's not criticizing them for that, and she knows they can't help it. So that's very interesting. Again, it's just adding more mystery. I don't want my last words to hurt you before I leave. Wow. I'm so sorry. I love this panel so much. Wow, I love, like, last chapter, like this whole flashback. The thing that I've said so much about this flashback that I love so much is the dialogue. And the perspective, and how natural all the dialogue feels from the characters. But this scene takes the cake. You're still my tender-hearted little friend. I love this scene surrounded by the flames. I love that so much. That's one of my favorite scenes in all of Tower of God. I can say that comfortably. That's wow. This is one of my favorite scenes in all of Tower of God. Jirang and Amizu held each other in silence for several moments. After a little while, the intense heat from the flames began to die down gradually. Then the two of them stood up as though they made up their minds. The woman standing there was no longer the small, tender-hearted little girl. It was Yirang Zhang, the powerful and determined woman who would become one of the 10 great family leaders. That's great. I also love the narration. The narration throughout the entire flashback has been great so far as well. It doesn't seem like it's taking away anything from the scenes, and it seems like it's impacting the scenes so much more than it would without it. Although she was destined to become enemies with Amizu in the future. Take care, Jirang. Amizu actually felt relieved to see her look so strong. Wow. Yeah. And so, the two of them finally parted ways. I love this scene so much. It's so good. That's amazing. That was an amazing scene. Again, one of my favorite. I mean, maybe it's recency. Like, I just read it, but like this is definitely one of my favorite scenes of all of Tower of God right now. It's so personal. It felt so personal. It felt so personal, and all the things if you want to talk about build up, the family heads and the concept of the family heads being these gods among gods in the tower has been built up for literally almost the entire story. And now we're finally seeing the family heads. We're finally seeing the past of them. And we're seeing them be like these types of people, like these emotional, and we're seeing their shift into being the family heads. I love it so much. It was really an amazing scene. Yeah, Haku. I'm excited to see your reaction to it, because I went to I always click on your videos to like them and all that stuff when they come out, and I just leave. And then after my live streams, I go to see your reaction and Dr. Bonehead's and every other reactions that I can of the chapters. But it's a really good scene. We still have a bit of the chapter left. Wow. This feels like a long chapter. Either that or I'm talking a lot. Could be both. I'm gonna drink some water actually, because I didn't know. You don't notice how what's it called? Dry your mouth is until you drink water, and then you just feel like the dryness in your mouth. Goodness. Okay. Oh, this looks like what Westlake was wearing. Is this Enkidu coming in? Yeah. Let's see how this works. The new /side character development and writing has been so incredible in season 3. I really want more of that for the main and returning characters. Yes. And I think I think we will. And that's the thing, is that I think we will see that. I think this is I think SAU is going so hard because this is something I think he knows that we've been waiting a long time to see, like this past. And he always goes like super hard with flashbacks. He did the same thing with Wong Wong's flashback. But it's definitely something that I'm expecting from. If we see this now, I'm expecting it to be the same when we get out of the flashback and all that stuff. But I think it's just the setting we're in. It's a little more constrictive. The Sprout has been a little more constrictive of what we can do, since it's not really, because I'm so sorry. I love the Robodon stuff and the Hugo stuff and all that stuff, because I was like, we got multiple perspective of different places. We got the Yama and Yasurachi's perspective. We got the battlefield between Robodon and Hugo. We got the Bomb and their team stuff. Like, I like that setting because you got a bunch of stuff, but they're all in the Sprout. Everyone's in the Sprout right now, so it's kind of like restricting the setting. Like, you can Like you can definitely, if you have good characters, you can definitely work around a setting. But like it's really hard for some authors. Like I've tried to write some scripts in the past, and with it just one setting, with just one setting, and it's really difficult to um to do that when you're just stuck in one setting. Even if your characters are good, it's really hard to do that. And I think that's the problem that we're having in the route that I've seen you talk about a lot, Haku. And I think that's the main issue. I think that it's hard to write in one locked setting. Fresh and soon. uh, yeah, I have some fresh Shinsu right here. Have to drink it right. Amizu, what are you doing? Why didn't you come through? Why did you come through the door? I told you there's a massive window right here. Imagine you have a window that's bigger than like. I mean, you have a window that's so big that like you can't miss this window, and you come through the door. It's like, um, that's fine. Uh, although Lustlek by himself, I'm pretty sure this is Enkidu, but Lustig himself was running through the castle, so he would have probably gone through the door anyway, even if it wasn't Enkidu. Uh, oh well, Enkidu, you gotta step up your game. Also, I like his hair. The this is Lustig's hair, like without the hood. He's also wearing. I guess is this was what he was wearing underneath his jacket and stuff like that. That's really cool. Like you, like the I saw something on, I don't remember if it was Twitter or something, but somebody said that a lot of the FPG people wear robes, and yeah, they do. A lot of them wear like these robe type of things, and Lustig is also wearing this right now. Yeah, I like his hair. I like the dreaded look of his hair, and like the ribbon that he has. On my way here, I suddenly had to. Okay. uh. Okay. That's. I couldn't finish the sentence. I suddenly had to go to the bathroom really badly. That's like a. Really? Wow, Enkidu. I know you're put on the spot, but you ran here and you couldn't come up with a better excuse. What? The bathroom? After all the commotion you just caused? What the heck is wrong with you? Don't you realize how important this is? I really wish you'd grow up and stop being so reckless. Well, I mean, that's the second mention of somebody from their climb saying that Lustig was reckless. So I guess that's a character trait for Lustig, and again, you kind of see that in current day too, where he's just like laid back, and he's being like, let me just stop Yurik Mazino, right? And he's like, I think I can beat you, and all that stuff. Watch Enkidu talk so childly and make Amizu drop the plan to leave. Yeah, Amizu's like, God, you know what? You guys are childish. I'm staying with Traumarai. At least he's smart. You know. Sorry. You think an apology makes up for this? I'm not sure what's going on, but this guy I turned into seems to be a real troublemaker. It seems like Amizu originally planned to sneak out of here without telling anyone. On another note, is this what this woman is really like? I like his disgusted face. It's just like, what the heck is wrong with you? You're such a numbskull. I'm already beginning to regret siding with you people. Hey, you're right, man. You that was comedy. Wow, I just looked down and you deleted the comment. That was like comedy level of the comment being deleted. Like two panels later, she's saying that Tarzan face. Yeah, that's definitely like the Tarzan, like disgusted. Like, what are you talking about, face? She's much more emotional than usual. Sorry. So where's the flying crane that you rode here on? Flying crane? You know, the flying crane I sent to you? You were riding just goodness. You were just riding on it earlier. Oh, right. She's poking the crap out of him. Ah, now you can see it better, his hair. I like how his hair looks, the dreaded look. And I like his the band. I really like it. Cool look for him. Oh, right. You're you've always been careless, but if there's one thing you got a natural knack for, is running away from things. Wow. Damn. What's gotten into you today? You're acting very strange. Wow. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was talking about with Enkidu before. Like, he could try to become one of the family heads, but like they're gonna know that they're not the actual family heads, because they should know each other so well that if Enkidu's acting like this badly, like they're gonna figure that out so fast if he was able to take over one of the family heads, which again I don't think he would have been able to anyway. Shoot, did she figure out who I really am? I mean, your acting is not the best, my guy. I should have completely possessed this guy's body instead of just imitating him. But Tromrai wouldn't let me. Oh, really? That's interesting. Tromrai didn't let him take over. He didn't let him take over the body of Luslek. He just did what we found out that the blob can do before. I forgot about that too. That he can like change his shape, like without having to transform. He can just like naturally become someone. That's very interesting. Oh well, whatever. Unlike you, the crane is actually smart. That's a burn. Wow. He looks tired from talking to her. Yirang's perfume won't be able to hide me out there. So as soon as I open the window, they'll probably know where I am. She opens the window, creaks. Come here, crane. I love this shot of. I like this shot of Amizu. I've gotten really used to Amizu's design. At first, Amizu's design was a little off to me because her face is very different from a lot of other characters in the story. But I really have grown into it. I love the design. The crane flaps its wings. Now we fully see the crane, like a good shot of it, like the body of it. Wow. Yeah, and she's just, I'm assuming she commands this crane. I'm assuming she's an anima, just like Dromrai. And I'm guessing that's something they bonded over when they were climbing the tower. I really like the design of the crane too. It looks really majestic. And huge. Jesus, it's almost the size. It's like this, well, at least the wingspan. It's the size that makes it bigger, like, or the same size as the window. Come on, let's go. Wow. At that moment, Enkidu realized something when he heard her voice. This was no longer the same Amizu as before. The woman that Enkidu thought was pathetic for just staring out the window all day. Her whole body was bursting. Sorry, it made me laugh. Her whole body was bursting with vitality and energy. Yeah. You can definitely see the demeanor change so much just after she said goodbye to Jirang. Her voice was brimming with confidence, and her eyes shone like sapphires. I love that the eyes shone like sapphires. That's a great line. The excitement of finally venturing out into the outside world again awoke the old Amizu. This must have been what she was like back when she was climbing the tower. Wow, yeah. This is the Amizu that climbed the tower with them. Such a more confident type of person, like Lustek. Like Lustek was very confident and very reckless, and very loud and all that stuff. Even if he was trying to sneak in, yeah, she just brimmed her with confidence. This is the Amizu that Tromrai wanted so desperately to keep by his side. And yet here she was, prepared to abandon him and leave the castle without the slightest hesitation. That's gonna trigger Enkidu very much. Seeing her so eager to leave in that moment. We've seen this aura around Enkidu before, like this dark aura. But yeah. Enkidu suddenly became very irritated. He felt a wave of uncontrollable emotion swelling inside of him. I like the use of I like this sketchy art. So cool. Like it's fully covered. It's fully all the entire page is covered with it, and then you slowly to go back into the transition of it, to go back into the white instead of it just being like cut. It's like blending into it, and it's getting more white is coming through. I love that transition. From an artistic point of view, even though I'm not an artist in any shape of the word. Yeah, they're riding on the crane. Yeah, the crane's big as crap. The crane's super huge. They're riding on it. The chapter's almost ending. Oh, you see Tromrai looking on. Amizu, where are you going? To be continued. Wow, this felt like such a long chapter, and again, I think I just rambled. It's definitely a mixture of both. That was a great chapter. Let me see if I can get a good panel to stop. Actually, I'm gonna use the panel that I really liked. I might probably definitely my favorite panel during this. It was a little bit more up. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. Let me put a little down. There you go. That should be fine. There you go. I'm gonna leave it on that panel. Hello. I guess you just came in. Yeah, basically I'm on this panel, but we just finished reading the chapter. So the new Tower God chapter. So if you want to go back and see the reaction to it, you definitely can. But we just finished reading it. A really, really solid and good chapter. Honestly, this is my favorite chapter of the flashback so far, and it definitely has this moment that it's like on the screen is my favorite moment. Is one of my favorite moments of the whole Tower God story. It's such a good scene, and such a I can't sing the praises of this dialogue and this flashback enough than just that it's amazing. And yeah, just really, really good. We saw a lot. The fight between Lustek and Han was short but good. That's the thing, is that it was short, but it had a lot of good angles. It had a lot of good we saw the arguments, the Arya swordsmanship. We saw him literally grab him by the throat and toss him aside. And then we also saw the conversation they had after that, where we saw more into the personality of Arye Hon, and his and everything like that. Then the highlight is obviously the Jirong and Amizu conversation. It was so well delivered, and it felt so natural. That's the thing that I loved about it. It just felt so unbelievably natural. And yeah, overall I really enjoyed this chapter. Again, like I said, out of all the chapters that I've live reacted to, I think this has been my absolute favorite. Also, I love the discussions and everything we talked about today. Haku, I wish you the best of luck with your anime reaction. I hope that you're able to. I hope nothing happens where it gets blocked, or anything happens where it gets striked, or copyright, whatever. I wish you the absolute best with that. And yeah, just be careful, okay? Because they go hard on that kind of stuff. And I definitely have to research more about it until for next week's reaction, which will be the actual start, basically the hopefully full start of me reacting to the Tower God anime, which I will start in episode 2. Yeah, sorry I couldn't retrieve the first episode. It was, again, you can't really edit around stuff that you can't really edit around an audio if your audio is connected to your audio, because then the video is going to be mute basically for everything. Thank you for the stream. No problem, Haku. I'm going to close the stream soon. Nothing really else to say. Amazing chapter. Again, one of my favorites that I've reacted to so far. All right. Hope you guys, thank you all for the discussion. Thank you all for your comments and your support. Wish you guys a wonderful day. Bye.